Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. This time, Genshin Impact. My 3 biggest issues with Genshin Impact. Now, I've had issues with this game for a while. I've played this game for 1,000 hours, 4 years. I'm gonna still continue playing even after this video, so it's not one of those like quitting videos. I don't know whether it's like sunken cost fallacy or I just like this game too much, but I will continue to play this game. Anyway, let's just get into the issues, right? Issue number 1. Resin. Now, thank you, Mihoyo, for giving us 200 resin this summer, I believe, summer of 2024, because of the other competition in this game, Wuthering Waves, and I don't know what else came out in the Gacha scene, but thanks, I guess. I mean, it's like, I don't even know who noticed, that we were getting it before the fact, but it's like, where did this even come from, right? We've been begging for more resin for who knows how long, because when we had 160 resin, you couldn't log in at the same time every day. You had to like shift your time to not waste resin, right? But now you could log in at the same time every day. So thank you for that. That took 4 years. um, but it's not enough. Sorry, it's not. You know why? Because of the lack of storage. I mean, still, you're forced to log in every day, or I guess every other day, if you condense 5 of your resin and then you come in the next day to use up quote unquote like 400 worth of resin. But why can't you extend the 400 to 200 times 7? What is that? 1400? 1400 worth of resin? Why not? Like, what is the issue? I mean, Honkai Star Rail, sorry to compare, the way your game works to another game that Mihoyo actually develops. Like, I know it's different, teams, but you literally have 2,000 worth of energy in that game. Like, I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty. The Genshin White Knights can come after me, I guess, in the comments. But like, I don't know if 2,000 energy is equivalent to 2,000 resin, but it doesn't have to be. Just give us like a week's worth or 2 weeks worth, which I feel like what 2,000 energy is in Honkai Star Rail. Like every 2 weeks or so, I'm like, oh, I should use it up, and then when I feel like doing it, I do it. In this game, like, you just see the 200 every day you log in when you're not using it. You're like, I guess I gotta use it, right? Because otherwise it's gonna be lost, and my account's not gonna progress, right? And, after you reach a certain point in the game, AR 55 plus, it's all about, grinding the account and progressing, right? So, does it have to be a daily grind? I mean, thank you, Mihoyo, for finally adding the, where can I show it? The encounter system for daily commissions. Now I don't feel like, and I mean, I never felt bad for missing commissions, to be honest. But now I don't feel as bad, because if I do a chunk of story quests, for the patch at least, I have like, some encounter points I could use on commissions. Or I could play events now. So it's been a good year or so. Oh geez, I'm not showing it. Like these events here can be used as encounter points as well, which is nice. Thank you, Mihoyo, for adding that. But like I said, give us the option to condense a week's just a week's worth of resin, right? A week's worth of resin, and I would be pretty happy with this game. Besides the other 2 issues I wanted to point out. So what's the other issue? I'm sure other YouTubers have discussed this before, but I don't think it's been discussed enough. The limited 4-star, the lack of a pity system for them. Well, the lack of a pity system for specific limited 4-star characters before people come after me in the comments, right? So Candace is a great example, right? Because she pairs her C6 pairs really well with our Arlecchino, right? So Arlecchino and C6 Candace work really well together. But how will you guarantee a C6 Candace from the banner? You can't. There's literally no way. No amount of primos, no amount of wishes or gems can guarantee you a C6 Candace. You just have to get lucky. Literally, you have to get lucky. There's no pity system for specific limited 4-stars. So, you know, the Genshin police can, I guess, explain it correctly in the comments, but from what I understand, when you pull on a weapon banner, every 10 pulls you're guaranteed a 4-star. It could be an off banner 4-star character, an on banner 4-star character, or an on banner 4-star weapon. So you know, those are the options. So you could literally, I mean, I have an example. You could literally just rotate, you know, through on banner 4-star, off banner 4-star, you know, on banner 4-star weapon. You just keep rotating through them and not get the 4-star that you want, right? C6 Kujo Sarah, thank goodness I have her. I've been pulling her for like 3 years. I finally got her. I don't know which banner, but that's not the example. The example is, I don't know if you're around for Cloud Retainer's first banner. I don't know if she got a rerun, but it was Cloud Retainer, Nahida. Well, would you look at the C1 Nahida? And would you look at my C1 Farazan, who was also on this banner? So, you know, I spent, you know, 200 pulls, I would say. Like, how long does it take to get 2 5-stars? I got Cloud Retainer. I stopped pulling on her banner because I'd rather get a C2 Nahida if it ended up being that way, right? So I kept pulling on Nahida's banner, and I only got a C1 Farazan. And this is after they gave you Farazan for free. They gave you C0 Farazan for free. And, you know, you know, everyone says she's only good at C6 with Zhao, right? So, you know, she's on the Zhao team, but she's ineffective. And who knows if I ever like I could play Genshin Impact for the rest of my life, and I don't know if I will ever get C6 Farazan. That is my issue with this game. I know it's a gacha game. I understand. But with the lack of a pity system for limited 4-stars, like, my account may never experience C6 Farazan. I literally just have to get lucky. So, you know, I'm sure you have experienced that yourself. I mean, I see comments about, you know, C1, C2, C0, Kujo Sarah in the Kujo Sarah subreddit all the time. What do I do with the C1, you know, Kujo Sarah? Can she be used? Is she playable? You know. And, you know, everyone deals with this. And I believe, you know, Chevres was one of the other ones who, you know, has this issue because C6 Chevres is a really good character as well for her teams. 20% pyro damage bonus and electro. Oh, that is pretty good. Max 3 stacks. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that sounds really nice. I mean, somehow I got a C2 Chev on her last banner. But, you know, like, C6 is not guaranteed. So, you know, as funny as it is, like, limited 5-star characters, you know, they sell the banners, right? They're the big image on the banners. And they're what, you know, the developers believe sell banners, because, oh, you got to swipe to make sure you guarantee your 5-star, you know, limited character before they leave the banner, right? But it's like, it would probably get me more to swipe for like a C6 Candace or like a C6 Farazan, because you don't know when you're gonna get them, and then the banner's gonna go away, and who knows when the Candice or the Chev took a long time to rerun, I believe. You know, when that will happen, right? You don't know. You're at the banner's mercy. So yeah, that is a big issue with this game. My third issue, I'll leave it on a positive note. My third issue with this game is more like a positive one in that there is co-op in this game, right? There is co-op, but you know, you could co-op in domains, so you could do the trounce domains co-op. You could do the regular domains co-op. You cannot do Spiral Abyss. You can't do Imaginary Theater, though you can borrow, I guess, your friend's character in that. And you could do the overworld, right, with your friends. So, you know, I understand, like early game, you know, overworld, you might need some help. I mean, even now I need help with puzzles because I rarely explore my map. So I would invite my friends to my map to help me with that kind of stuff. But like, we have such a great, you know, elemental reaction combat system in this game. Get to experience it, you know, in co-op because no one's gonna play co-op to mess around with like these reactions and stuff because everyone's too busy grinding, right? Like you know, you could ask your friends to come and help you with the map, or you know, where do I go for this, or what do I do with this on the overworld? Sure. But once you get into the higher ARs, like, you know, your friends are too busy, you know, if they're even on Genshin, right? Your friends are too busy to, you know, help with your overworld, or, you know, you're probably strong enough to do the domains and bosses yourself anyway, right? Like, you don't need your friends for that. So, what is the point of co-op then? And in my opinion, it's just like missed opportunity. What they should really do, I mean, this is not something they even have. What they should do is have something like a Spiral Abyss or an Imaginary Theater, like some kind of like dungeon, like a repeatable dungeon. You know, it doesn't even have to have that great rewards. Just like, you know, 200 primos, or like, you know, some Mora, or like something, so you and your friends will be motivated to play it like on a monthly basis. And at least, you know, you could experience Genshin co-op on a monthly basis, because I think, you know, that's, you know, as much as I'd like to hate on this game, I played this game for 1,000 hours, for 4 years, you know, sunken cost fallacy or not, I do like the combat in this game, right? And I think the combat really shines, you know, in the elemental reactions, and it's really cool, in my opinion, to have elemental reactions in co-op, because then you could really like mess around, do things differently, have different combinations. Like if your friend pulled a character that you don't have, and you wanted to test something out, you know, like, unless you and your friend have tons of free time, that's not something you're gonna do. But if you played co-op on a monthly basis, you know, for some kind of dungeon, then maybe, you know, you'd have more fun with this game, right? And you'd have more of a reason to play. Anyway, that's it for me. I just really wanted to go over. It really is just 2 issues. The third one is more like what I could do to improve this game, because I play it so much. But yeah, I really hope someday they fix this resin issue, because I do not want to grind resin every 2 days, and I do not like the 4-star pity system. Like, if there's a cool 4-star and I want them C6, no amount of primos or wishes will guarantee that. So hopefully in the future they help players with that goal. Like, if you want the C6 of a 4-star, some way to guarantee it. I don't know, maybe that's wishful thinking in a gacha game. And, you know, the co-op, you know, that's also wishful thinking. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next video. And take care.